Alright, so just found a guy who seems a little down on his luck, so I'm going to give him one of our care packages. How's it going? Got a little something for you if you're a little down on your luck there. What's that?
That's an understatement.
Yeah, well, I've got a pair of socks in there, a first aid kit, emergency kind of foil blanket, some hygiene stuff, and a snack. Hopefully it'll be of use to you. We are the Justice Crew of Oshawa. So we basically dress up in a costume, go around, make sure everyone's safe. If we see anybody such as yourself who's a little down on their luck, we help out by giving out care packages, that sort of thing.
You should give him a card too.
Oh, yeah.
Just in case he ever needs to get a hold of us.
Yeah. You need, there's a few ways to get a hold of us on there. Okay. Even if it's just as simple as you need someone to talk to.
Was staying over at the mall on the super junior because you would like to be around there. They call the guys gonna kick out over here. I don't feel very safe over here.
Yeah, you gotta be careful because I know some criminals go down in this part.
More drug deals down at Parkman in Toronto.
Yeah, unfortunately, it never happens when we're around because we kind of stick out with the sore thing. Yeah, have you tried maybe the John Howard Society or something?
No, I'm gonna have to get. I got to get a place to live. I just can't find anything. But then I'm on ODSP because I had 4 strokes. And I was short on my rent. At release, so the bitch is taking it off my paychecks while I owe her. I don't know how she thinks she can do that with a pension.
I'm not sure.
I'll be going down to the Law Society for...
Yeah, for someone on ODSP, you can get legal aid for free. Shouldn't cost you a cent just to get at least the general opinion on that.
Yeah, I'll be going down there tomorrow.
Well, we're gonna get on our way. Wish you luck.
Oh, I'm glad to see you guys around.
Yes, sir. If you see us again, come say hi. If you need some more stuff, don't be afraid to ask. Hopefully, the next day or two, things take a positive turn for it.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Okay, thank you.
Also, my friend, I also want to mention that 200 John Street down there, just at the Midtown Mall, if you actually go inside the mall and climb up the stairs that's in the middle and go to the front office, let them know that you are on ODSP and they should be able to let you use their resource room. It's got computers that you can log on to get more information.
I go over there every day.
Oh, do you? All right, excellent. Yeah, if you ever need any more help or any more information like that, give us an email on the card that we give you, and we'll try to help further if we can.
Okay, well, if you have any cheap apartments around.
All right. Well, if we see you again and we do hear of those, we will definitely let you know, sir.
Okay.
It's nice to meet you.
All right, my name's Dave.
Nice to meet you, Dave. I'm Aftershock. My partner here is Nameless Crusader.
Hey.
Yeah, we'll swing by again about this same time next week.
Okay.
Just see if you're still here.
I hope I'm still not here. But...
All same, sir. We hope you find some good lodgings.
All right.
Try to take care of yourself.
Have a good night.
Cash on me tonight.
Or do I?
Alright, so anytime you guys want to pick back up, we can jump right back into it.
So I believe you had a game plan for tonight.
Yeah, I mean, besides just trying to help gentlemen like you saw down there, it's the long, well, not long weekend, but it is Canada Day weekend. Tomorrow's July the 4th, or is it today?
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Tomorrow's July the 4th. So needless to say, there's going to be a lot of people out partying tonight, a lot of people firing off fireworks, a lot of people getting extra crunk at the local bars and stuff like that. So we're just going to do the main strip. We're going to head down Simcoe, hit the bars down there, just make sure everyone's staying safe, make our way back and try to hit some of the bars on King Street and go from there.
Yeah, so I guess we'll be on our merry way.
Alright, yeah, let's just floating around.
Which way do we have to?
Yeah, just kind of swinging around and going back down towards Bloor.
Are you guys familiar with the Doomwatch Patrol?
Doomwatch does not ring a bell, no.
That is the branch off team from the, oh man, what is their name? It's Red Voltage's side team that he does.
Yeah, recently they commented on one of the videos I have up. They just said they're a fan of the patrols and they gave me some advice. They're like, you should try throwing in interviews cut between like patrol footage, and I just said thanks a lot for the tips and things like that.
Oh,
so it was
good.
cool to hear from other hero groups.
Yeah. I figure as you get more views, you'll start having like other RLSH and people of that nature just making comments and being attracted to the videos.
Right.
Yeah, because what we do still isn't as big as what it could be, and when new people to the RLS community kind of come into it, or even veterans, they like to see what other real-life superheroes are doing and how they're doing it. Maybe either help them improve, or to maybe learn some new stuff themselves.
Do you feel like the real-life superhero movement in Canada might still be in its infancy compared to, say, like the United States?
Probably. Since I've only been doing this since 2009, there's been real-life superhero teams in the States that have been doing it for at least 4 or 5 years prior to that.
How's it going?
How's it going, sir?
So yeah, part of it, it might not seem like it because in the Greater Toronto area it's far above Canadian average, but Canada has far lower average population density than most American cities.
Right.
So places like Toronto and the surrounding area where it has that population density, you can see that it's already achieved that sort of takeoff point. But most other places are too thinly spread out and small enough to really kind of get that initial collection of people to kind of get a chain reaction going, which is unfortunate. You'd like to try and lower the bar for what it takes for this sort of thing to kick off and get more and more people interested. But I mean, that's just the nature of something low key like this.
Do you know if Ninja Knight is still active?
Yeah, he's still active in Toronto. We actually did a guest patrol with him. When was that?
About a month or so ago.
Probably like 2 months ago.
Yeah, maybe a little more. But yeah, he's still active. His partner that used to go by Black Hood now goes by Nightwolf, I believe.
Something like that,
yeah. They patrol around Toronto and try to help anyone they can or stop any fights and stuff like that. We're supposed to be doing a patrol with them again sometime soon, but I'm not quite sure when.
Because we're all pretty busy, so it's a fun jump through hoops to try and arrange everyone's schedule to get a guest patrol in Toronto.
Right.
As far as Oshawa goes, we haven't really had any new nibbles for new members. We had one guy like a month and so ago who seemed like he was interested, but then he just kind of dropped off the radar. What's that, sorry? JCO.webs.com.
Would you be comfortable being shown on camera, or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Would you want to talk maybe briefly, just ask a couple questions about what the organization is about, or?
I talked to you last time, but I'm not quite sure of what it was. I know you guys were helping around like the community and stuff. I'm
Yes,
sorry
ma'am.
I lost my voice.
Oh, no problem.
Crap.
That's okay. So yeah, I'm not sure if we gave you our standard spiel last time, but basically what we do is we dress up like this, just go around, make sure everyone's safe, having a good time, especially on nights like tonight. That's like the middle ground between Canada Day and July 4th. And also if we see anybody that's down on their luck, like we did in Memorial Park there just now, we carry care packages that we can actually hand out to them, which it varies from night to night. Tonight I think I've got socks in there, bottle of water, snack, sanitary hand wipes, bar of soap, and a snack. I'm sure there's one or two other things I'm forgetting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like we're just trying to be out here and be a positive influence to people, even if just to give them something to giggle about for the night. And some people seem to have a problem with that, and I'm not sure why. Like, we get people who drive by and call slurs at the window at us and just generally yell at us. Yeah. And then the last time we patrolled, somebody threw out like this big cup of ice out of their car window, and they're going 60 kilometers an hour, and it nailed me right in the side of the face. So that was interesting. Felt like getting punched. I don't understand. I wish I could answer why, but
Well, it is Oshawa, and I gotta say, a lot of the guys around here and a lot of people have respect and just don't seem to care about anybody but themselves. It's a hard time to live, that's for sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, apathy is running pretty rampant, especially in bigger cities. The more population there is, the less people seem to really care about each other for some reason. I don't know.
yeah, like one of the things that actually got me out here doing this is something called the bystander effect, which is a psychological condition where the more people are present when something happens, the less likely one individual is to help. So basically, one person there alone is more likely to help than anybody in a group of 100.
Because they don't want to be singled out and be, have the attention on them. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. That and another common excuse is that people are, too busy with their day-to-day life to, take time to take 5 minutes to help somebody, right?
Yeah.
I disagree completely with that. Case in point, I work 5 days a week, I commute to Toronto and back, and I run a side business. And I still have the time to come out here and do my part.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks for your time. We really appreciate that. I know your pizza's probably getting cold. Sorry about that. But, thanks for taking the time and
All right, thanks a lot.
saying hey. And yeah, hopefully your voice feels better
It should,
soon.
sir. Thank you.
Have a good
Stay
day.
safe.
Have a great night, guys.
But yeah, besides just kind of like doing the strip here and trying to watch out for the bar goers and stuff like that, I was thinking, now it's kind of up in the air, it doesn't really necessarily have to be done, but I was thinking maybe we could ask if we are stopped by any of the civilians, if they've noticed any like crime or witnessed anything in their neighborhoods, and if they have witnessed anything, what is it usually? And maybe see if we can get some feedback from the civilians themselves about the crime in the city. Might be a good idea, but I also don't like to approach people unless they feel approachable.
Right.
So,
Yeah, it's a little easier in the day when it's not so shady and, you can see these colorful guys walking around from a mile away, but at nighttime everyone has their guard up for obvious reasons. So,
yeah, and again tonight, for some reason, some guy thought we were armored cops. Was a little bit taken back by it for a second. We had to confirm, no, sorry.
maybe it's the green and the camel pants, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what alerts the whole police title about what we do. It's just probably like a split-second look, and then they realize, oh. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have a police issue utility belt and a flashlight that's similar to what police carry, but other than that, I really don't understand the correlation.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I think it might just be like a split-second initial reaction.
I mean, we're very colorful SWAT members if we are. Yeah, I still need to get around to getting a CAD pack underlayer for my thing here, but it's 20 bucks and you kind of have to go in and order it first, and then they'll call you back, and it finally comes in and you'll have to have not spent that 20 bucks already. Eventually gonna need a new helmet too, because this thing's getting a little tight by the end of the patrol. It feels like my brains are being squished in it. So you're always upgrading your equipment. You're always looking for new ways to be more efficient doing this, I guess is my point of babbling on about my gear.
Are there any stores you recommend for people if they want to pick up gear?
I actually did one of my videos based on gear selection, and pretty much sports stores, because you have like your padded vests and all that. Walmart's an amazing resource. Military surplus stores like Heroes, I think, down
Philip Murray.
Yeah, it's on Philip Murray.
There's a place called Re-Gear down on South Simcoe. They sell used motorcycle and motocross gear, which is our chest plates. Got for a nice deal. They normally go for 120 each.
Yeah, and second-hand stores like pawn shops are good places to look as well.
Like Play It Again Sports.
Yeah, pretty much anytime you're in a new store, just take a look around and see if anything catches your eye that you might find useful to wear.
And it's all based on your loadout too, and what you want to accomplish during that patrol. You don't always have to be armed to the teeth with protective gear.
Yeah, it's something that I refer to as the gear paradigm. So it's basically a 4-pointed start chart. You have defense and agility on opposite sides. So the more defensive your loadout, the less agile you are. And then the other 2 points are friendliness and stealth. So friendliness would be like bright colors, like Captain Caregiver, who looks the part of a superhero. And just the bright, friendly colors immediately give people a warm, welcoming impression.
Basically the Canadian Superman look.
Yeah, but he stands out, which is the exact opposite of stealth. And by stealth I mean like stuff that doesn't stand out, that could let you blend into a crowd. If I could draw an example, Arc Guard, who is an RLSH in Toronto. He's very stealth in his approach to RLSH wear. He basically looks like a civilian, except he's got a little, almost like a neck scarf that he can pull up to hide his identity at a moment's notice. And you'll notice that these 4 points kind of sit across each other on this chart, because as you lean towards one, you kind of stray further from the other side. And just, I find it useful to keep that chart in mind so that you're aware of where you sit, because that will influence, what you're doing when you're out on patrol or out doing charity work.
And how people approach you.
Yeah.
Because, kind of adding to that, depending on what your goals are out here, you may want to be a little bit more citizen friendly one patrol, and a little bit more crime repellent looking in another patrol. I don't want to use the word intimidating, because that has a kind of negative connotation, but intimidating. Because criminals are less likely to do something if they feel like they're going to be caught or confronted about the negative action they're taking.
Yeah, maybe intimidating isn't the right word, but basically you want to look like you'd be able to take whatever it is they could possibly dish out, which would kind of deter them from trying, so to speak.
Yeah, and if you want to help build a relation with your town or whatever, day patrols normally help. Talking to citizens, making the time out for them to ask you questions, give you time to respond, and give your situation some light, and talk about your cause with them if they give you the time of day. It builds a nice relationship with the public, because you don't want someone calling the police on you saying, hey, I saw this hooded looking vigilante type walking around my neighborhood, you should go, you know, arrest that guy or whatever. Like, if more people know what you're up to and know that it's, you know, benevolent in nature, they're probably not gonna, you know, call the police on you and waste police resources and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's why I kind of say to hold that 4-pointed star chart in mind, just so you can play to your strengths, but also work around your shortfalls. Right. So obviously, if you're dressed in stealth mode, you're going to blend in and have the, you know, the upper hand. But on the other side, at nighttime, if you're dressed in all black in a dark alley, you're going to look kind of shady, and people aren't going to immediately know what you're up to.
Right.
Whereas if you've got some friendly, like, bright colors on, unless it's like really dark or they're really, really on their guard, especially for a Sunday. Like, I don't know what this guy's doing. Today in driver's ed, we learned how to make a left turn.
And this is why the police are always stopping and doing routine checkups on drivers and stuff like that, because a lot of these people just take their license and their vehicles for granted and just lack to care about anyone else on the road. So if you're wondering why you're getting pulled over a lot, this is why.
Yeah, if you're a driver and you see somebody with dents along the side of their car or just anywhere around their car, especially if it's like an older, beat-up looking car, I'd keep your distance, because in my own personal experience, these people are less than stellar drivers. I've had a few close calls, especially on the highway. If I could say an example, one day I'm heading into work and I'm on the DVP. I think I'd just gotten off the Gardner, and this white van just came within an inch of my front bumper. It just merged it into my lane. Trying to stop and get my laces here.
So yeah, we're just gonna head up this way a little bit further. There is a couple of bars along the way, one being the Corral, one being Excuses. We're just gonna walk on by, just kind of keep our ears and eyes open for anything suspicious or crazy or anything like that, or if anyone needed of assistance, because unfortunately there are guys that get intoxicated and, you know, try to get a little frisky with women, and you know, when a woman says no, she means no, right? But sometimes these intoxicated people just like to push their limits, and if there's no one around there to help these ladies out, like a bouncer or something, then unfortunately they're just kind of left to the whim of the night. So that's what we're going to be trying to go down and possibly prevent. But we always try to encourage citizens to, if they're having like any sort of issue that they don't really feel comfortable with or something like that, to call 911. It's there for them to call in case of situations, and if the dispatch you know, decides that it's not worth responding to, or if they've got more important things to respond to, then that's up to the dispatch. But it's always good to just call in, because you never know what could go from, you know, slightly just kind of creepy and they go away, or they could, you know, escalate. You never know if the person's going to do more than just be a little creepy. So don't be afraid to call 911. Across the road is the Corral. Here is one of the other bars called Simcoe Suds.
What did I do now?
See what?
Doesn't even look like the Corral's place is nobody affecting that lot, so there's a lot on the other side, I think.
Perhaps it's closed for the night. But the night is still young, so I don't know.
Have there been any police reports that have caught your eyes recently, or?
There was another stabbing, I think. Not last night, but the night prior. On Simcoe and Taunton? The Bear Claw, that's the name of the bar. Like 2 people got stabbed there. And that's like North Oshawa, up towards the college. So, you know, it just goes to show you that it's not centralized to one specific location. Like downtown, for example. The violence finds its way around.
I think actually I heard recently one of the Oshawa banks were robbed.
Yes.
It said bandits get away with cash or something like that.
Yeah, the one by the Walmart on Stevenson got robbed the other day.
Was that the RBC or was that the...
Yeah, it was the RBC.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like if you have Facebook or Twitter, follow the DRPS so that you can at least get an idea of what's happening and when. And I think part of the reason that like more and more banks are getting robbed, especially here in the Durham region, is because like there's no real at the time response to it. Like half the time they literally just slide a piece of paper over and then walk out the front door with money. And then 5 minutes later the police get there. In my opinion, which there's probably people who know a lot more about this than me, so take my opinion with a grain of salt, but there needs to be more done security-wise to prevent it from happening in the first place. Like after the fact, you know, it's a crapshoot to try and find the guy who did it. But if you have, you know, like armed security there, ready to go at a moment's notice, yeah, it's going to cost your bank to have that there, but you know, would you rather lose out on all that money or have a security force ready to go?
Alright, well, it looks like Excuses is not open tonight, so I guess we don't have to worry about this place. In that case, I might as well just cross the road and head back towards King.
Yeah.
That's where it seems all the action is tonight. Simcoe and King. But it's always good to come down and check anyways, just in case it was open, and just in case perchance something was going down.